My boss told me to do whatever it takes to get out of jury duty, or I was fired. So I did exactly what he asked, and it cost him a lot more than 1 week of my time. Welcome back to the untold verdict, where every story has two sides and you're the judge. Let's get into it. Back in the day, I was working part-time at a hotel as a maintenance guy. I'd started when I was 16, sweeping floors and fixing whatever broke. And by the time I turned 18, I'd worked my way up to handling most of the small repairs myself. It wasn't glamorous, but it was steady, and the owner liked me enough to keep giving me more hours. Then one week I got a letter in the mail. Jury duty. I didn't think much of it at first. You pick a week, you show up, you do your civic duty, right? So I picked a week that worked and let my manager know, figuring it'd be a non-issue. It was not a non-issue. Turns out that same week the hotel had a massive event booked, a large dog show, the kind that fills every room and keeps the whole maintenance team running non-stop. My boss was not happy. He pulled me into the hallway and told me in no uncertain terms that I needed to do whatever it takes to get out of jury duty. His exact words, whatever it takes. And if I didn't, I was fired. Now, I could have argued, I could have explained that jury duty isn't really optional, that you don't just get out of it because your boss has a scheduling conflict. But I didn't say any of that. I just said, okay, whatever it takes. So I show up for jury selection like normal, and within the first hour, I get picked for a week-long trial. Exactly the week I was supposed to be avoiding. Here's the thing about jury selection. Before they finalize the panel, the judge asks everyone in the room a simple question. Is there any reason, financial, personal, or otherwise, that you cannot serve on this jury for the full week? Now, normally that question is your escape hatch. People use it to get excused all the time. Childcare conflicts, medical issues, work emergencies. If I wanted out, this was my moment. Except my boss hadn't told me to try to get out of jury duty. He'd told me to do whatever it takes to get out of it, and framed it as a threat, not a request. So when the judge asked if anyone had a reason they couldn't serve, I raised my hand. I explained on the record, in front of the entire courtroom, that my employer had explicitly instructed me to do whatever it takes to avoid this obligation, and had threatened to fire me if I complied with a legal summons instead of his scheduling needs. The room went quiet. Judges tend to take it seriously when an employer threatens to fire someone over jury duty, because in most places that's flatly illegal. It's not a gray area. It's federally and state protected in the vast majority of cases. Precisely so, employers can't bully people out of civic duty. The judge asked me to repeat what my boss had said, word for word, for the court record. I did. Calmly. No embellishment needed. His own words did all the work. Not only did I stay on the jury, the judge made a point of noting the threat on record, which meant it was now documented. Officially. Legally. Permanently. My boss wasn't in that courtroom, but he was about to find out exactly whatever it takes, cost him. I served the full week. My boss had to scramble through the dog show short-staffed. And a few weeks later, a letter arrived at the hotel from the court, addressing the threat that had been made against an employee for complying with a jury summons. I don't know exactly what happened after that letter landed, but I never got threatened about scheduling again. Funny how that works. So, was I wrong for taking him literally? Or did he bring it on himself by making a threat he didn't think through? Drop your verdict in the comments. And if you've got a story like this, one where just following instructions turned into the perfect comeback, send it my way. It might be the next story on this channel. This has been The Untold Verdict. Every side of the story, you decide.